Hey, it's Mrs. Pattison. We're back at music today. Today we're going to talk about genres of music. And so we're looking at some specific ones being operas, musicals, and then how they compare to plays and movies. So a lot of times when you're watching a musical, like maybe you're watching Lion King, and you think, oh, I'm watching a movie. Well, in reality, it's a musical. And so we're going to figure out what makes a movie, a play, an opera, and a musical. Are you ready? So fasten your seatbelts. So when we think about a movie, one good example would be Star Wars. So most of you have probably seen Star Wars, or you've at least heard of it. A play, an example of a play would be Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. You can just picture that in your head, can't you? What that would look like. An example of a musical would be High School Musical. I hope most of you have seen that one. It could be Lion King. You could think of that one too if you wanted. An example of an opera would be Madame Butterfly. We're not going to spend a lot of time on that. I imagine most of you aren't too familiar with Madame Butterfly, although it's one of my favorites. So if we are watching a movie, we're going to ask ourselves whether we're watching one of these. Is it written to be performed live on stage? So can you imagine Star Wars being performed live on stage? That would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? I would not want to be around during all those flying and zooming around scenes. So a movie is not written to be performed live on stage. A play, absolutely. It is live and on stage. A musical, live and on stage. It's designed to be done that way. Now, a lot of them are also turned into movies. So if you think of like Mary Poppins, Sound of Music, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, you think of those as movies, but they're also made to be done on stage. An opera, yes, meant to be performed live and on stage. Was it written for the big screen? Star Wars, yes, it was written for the big screen. It was never intended to be performed live. Now, all of these things, we'll put a little tiny X, because they all can also be turned into a movie. Do the actors speak? So do the actors walk out and speak their lines? Hello, my name is Mrs. Pattison. Yes, in a movie, the actors speak. In a play, the actors speak. In a musical, do they speak? Yep, they sure do. In an opera, no one speaks. None. Nope, no speaking in an opera. We'll get to that in a minute. Come over here. Do the actors sing? And by that, I mean, do the songs tell the story? Do the songs tell you about the characters? Do they tell you about what's going on? Not just, oh, this is a movie where the actor is going to get on stage and, sing a song. Is the song part of the story? In a movie, no, it's not. They don't have a lot of singing in movies. In a play, again, any singing would just be, for a moment and not really have a lot to do with the storyline necessarily. In a musical, oh yeah, lots and lots of that. So in a musical, the actors are going to be talking. They're going to be talking about, oh, I had this amazing lunch today and it was so good. It was cheeseburgers and French fries. And then they burst into song and dance about cheeseburgers and French fries. And they'll sing a whole song about that, and they stop and they go back to their talking. So in a musical, they do both, and the songs tell as much of the story as the speaking. In an opera, do the actors sing? Oh, yes, they do. In an opera, everything is sung. Today for lunch, I had a cheeseburger and French fries, and it was so delicious. And so even if they're talking to each other, they're singing. How are you today? Oh, I'm fine, and you? And everything is sung. Nothing is spoken in an opera. Costumes. Do they all wear costumes? Sure. Actors in a movie, they're going to wear a costume. In a play, they're going to have costumes. In a musical, they're going to have costumes. In an opera, they're going to have costumes. Are they going to have props? Are they going to have things they pick up and hold or move, or chairs they sit in. Yeah, all of these are going to have props of some sort, some more than others. What about dancing? A lot of dancing. Some movies are really built around dancing. So you can have dancing in a movie. You can have maybe not too much dancing in a play. There might be a little bit. I put a little X on that one. Maybe a little bit of dancing in a play. In a musical, absolutely. Big choreographed numbers where, you know, the whole cast comes out and they're all dancing and twirling and spinning. An opera, again, just they might have a little bit of dance, not too much. Kind of depends on the musical or the opera. Not too much dancing in an opera, although there could be a little bit. So there's kind of the big difference between a movie, a play, a musical, and an opera. So next week we're going to start looking at some musicals, and I'm going to show you some clips from some famous musicals that I want you to at least be aware of and at least know they're out there and go, oh yeah, I've heard of that musical. I think you're going to enjoy it. It'll just be, you know, little tastes of it. It won't be, you need to watch the whole musical. But I do want you to be aware of a few musicals, namely Oklahoma, because, you know, we live in Oklahoma. You should know that. So we'll be watching little clips from musicals for the next few weeks. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.